Google AdWords, AI Enhancements, Revolutionizing B2B Marketing in 2025. Google AdWords is Google Ads, and it's now AI first. Yes, it's called Google Ads now, but in B2B, we still hear Google AdWords constantly, especially when we're talking about high-intent search. What matters in 2025 is that the platform has shifted from manual campaign management to an AI-first system where bidding, targeting expansion, and even creative production increasingly run on machine learning. That change is creating a major advantage for teams who feed the system the right signals, and a painful cost center for teams who don't. Google's stack now includes smart bidding, performance max, demand gen, Gemini-assisted campaign creation, and generative assets. The upside is speed and scale. You can launch tests faster, cover more inventory, and react to auctions in real time. The downside is that AI will optimize exactly toward what you define. So if your conversion goals are shallow, you'll get a lot of shallow wins that never become pipeline. In this article, we'll focus on what actually moves revenue for B2B teams. Optimizing towards sales-qualified leads, SQLs, opportunities, and closed-won outcomes, building guardrails for automation, and tightening the handoff between inbound intent and human follow-up. The goal is simple. Use Google's AI to find and warm demand, then use your sales motion or an outsourced sales team to convert that demand into meetings and revenue. Why AI-driven search matters in the 2025 B2B landscape. In 2025, digital is projected to account for roughly 73% of global ad spend, and search plus retail media is expected to reach about $357 billion. In other words, your buyers are telling the market what they want in the search bar, and budgets are following that behavior. If you're selling high LTV B2B solutions, this remains one of the highest leverage places to meet demand at the exact moment it shows up. At the same time, AI in marketing is no longer an edge case. A large share of B2B marketers report they're already using or testing AI, and many organizations have elevated AI to a 2025 priority. That means your competitors aren't just writing better ads, they're using machine learning to tune bids, personalize creative variations, and route budget toward what the algorithm believes will convert. If you're still operating like it's 2019, manual bids, loose conversion definitions, limited measurement, you're competing against systems that learn every day. One grounding benchmark is conversion rate. Average Google Ads conversion rates for B2B hover around 3.04%. That's not bad, but it also signals how much waste is typically baked into B2B accounts, especially when the platform is being trained on ebook downloads or generic contact forms. The teams winning in 2025 aren't chasing more leads. They're engineering more qualified opportunities per dollar by aligning Google's AI with their CRM truth. The core B2B strategy. Train Google's AI on pipeline, not leads. For B2B, the highest impact move is treating Google's AI like a trainee. It will produce more of what you reward. If you reward form fills, you'll get form fills, often from students, job seekers, competitors, and low-intent researchers. If you reward SQLs and opportunities, the system can learn which queries, audiences, devices, and contexts are correlated with real buyers. That requires a multi-stage conversion schema that maps directly to your funnel, and then pushing the right stages into Google Ads as the primary optimization goals. Micro-conversions, downloads, webinar signups can still be useful as indicators, but they should not be the steering wheel for smart bidding. The steering wheel should be your sales-ready actions and offline stages that correlate with revenue. From an execution standpoint, one practical action item is to implement offline conversion tracking within the next 30 days. When you pass identifiers like GCLID or enhanced conversions into your CRM and regularly upload SQLs, opportunities, and won deals, you stop guessing which campaigns feel good and start bidding toward what actually becomes revenue. How to implement smart bidding, Gemini setup, and clean measurement. Smart bidding, target CPA, target ROAS, maximize conversions is the brain inside most modern Google Ads accounts, but it only performs as well as your conversion definitions. In B2B, the common failure mode is letting smart bidding optimize toward a low-friction conversion that has weak correlation with sales pipeline. The fix is to designate high-intent actions as primary conversions, keep softer actions as secondary, and continuously validate quality using CRM outcomes. Gemini-powered conversational campaign setup can be a real accelerator, particularly when you want to ship tests quickly without building every ad group from scratch. Google has reported that advertisers using the conversational experience were 63% more likely to publish search campaigns with good or excellent ad strength, which can translate into better coverage and iteration speed. The discipline in B2B is to treat Gemini as a draft assistant. Generate a starting point, then prune off ICP keywords, tighten intent language, and rewrite headlines around specific industries and pain points. Measurement is where many B2B teams quietly lose. If your CRM integration is missing or your offline imports are inconsistent, you're effectively asking Google to optimize blindfolded. A strong operating rhythm is to have SDRs and AEs tag lead quality in the CRM within 24 to 48 hours, then sync those fields back into your reporting and optimization loop. When marketing and sales share one definition of good, smart bidding has a chance to learn what you actually want more of. Google's AI doesn't need more data. It needs better data, tied to the stages of your funnel that your sales team would actually take a meeting for. Performance Max and Demand Gen. Use automation with Guardrails. Performance Max can be a powerful B2B amplifier because it extends beyond search into YouTube, display, discover, and more, using automation to allocate spend where it predicts results. But in niche B2B markets, fully automated without guardrails is one of the fastest ways to buy irrelevant traffic. The best pattern is to run classic search for your most valuable, high-intent queries, while using Performance Max to expand reach around your strongest audience signals and proven messaging. Guardrails are not optional in B2B. Start with strict negative keyword lists, jobs, training, free, template, definition, DIY, and other non-buyer intent, tight audience signals, customer lists, remarketing pools, in-market, and conversion actions that represent true buying intent. Google has indicated that improving ad strength to excellent in Performance Max can drive about 6% more conversions. But those conversions still need to be the right conversions. In practice, the win comes from pairing strong assets with strict intent control, then expanding only after you see clean search terms and acceptable lead quality. Demand Gen is often the missing piece for longer cycles. It helps create awareness in YouTube, Discover/Gmail, then your search and remarketing capture that demand later when the buyer shifts into evaluation. For complex deals, we recommend planning the handoff deliberately. Top-of-funnel content to warm audiences, followed by bottom-of-funnel landing pages built to convert demos and consultations. AI can distribute the message, but your offer and page still have to earn the click. Common B2B Google Ads mistakes and the fixes that actually work. The most expensive mistake is letting the platform optimize for shallow conversions like generic form fills or ebook downloads. It looks great in platform, cheap CPL, higher conversion rate, but sales sees the real outcome: low show rates, poor fit companies, and a CRM full of noise. The fix is to define and prioritize high-intent conversion actions: demo booked, pricing request, qualified call, and import offline conversions so the algorithm learns what becomes pipeline. The second common mistake is running Performance Max with broad targeting and no negative keywords in a niche B2B category. Broad automation will often chase the easiest clicks, which frequently means students, job seekers, and consumer use cases, especially if you sell something that overlaps with popular how-to searches. The fix is a disciplined launch, strict negatives, strong audience signals, clear asset themes, and weekly search term reviews until the campaign proves it can stay on message. The third mistake is treating generative creative as set it and forget it, which is risky in B2B positioning and can create misaligned expectations that SDRs and AEs have to unwind on calls. Use generative tools for speed, but enforce brand rules. Manually approve assets and keep a library of proven value props that AI can remix, not reinvent. When you pair clean creative discipline with CRM feedback, you get scale without losing control. Turn clicks into meetings, landing pages, sales feedback, and outbound follow-up. Google's AI can help you win auctions, but it can't fix weak landing pages or vague offers. In B2B, we see the best results when teams build ICP-specific pages with clear proof, logos, outcomes, case studies, pricing context where appropriate, and a sales-ready CTA that matches intent. If your message is generic, the algorithm will still deliver traffic, but your conversion rate and lead quality will plateau around averages instead of compounding. The fastest improvement lever is a quantitative feedback loop between sales and marketing. Have your SDR team code every paid lead with a simple quality outcome. For example, qualified versus unqualified plus a disqualification reason. Then review patterns every 2 weeks to adjust keywords, match types, audiences, and negatives. This is where an SDR agency or sales development agency can add leverage, because consistent tagging and follow-up discipline are hard to sustain internally when pipelines get busy. Finally, don't keep inbound and outbound in separate universes. High-intent behavior should trigger human outreach within hours. When someone visits pricing repeatedly, requests a demo, or returns multiple times, that's the perfect moment for cold calling services and a tailored email follow-up to increase show rates and speed to meeting. Done well, a cold email agency or outbound sales agency approach doesn't replace ads, it converts expensive intent into booked conversations. Next steps: a practical 60-day plan for B2B growth in 2025. If you want a concrete path forward, start by tightening your measurement and conversion schema first, then scale automation second. Week 1 should focus on defining conversions that match revenue stages, aligning with sales on qualification criteria, and confirming your CRM can store and pass identifiers needed for offline imports. Weeks 2 through 4 are for shipping. Relaunch a bottom-of-funnel search campaign using Gemini-assisted setup, then refine aggressively based on lead quality, not clicks. Days 30 to 60 are where you earn compounding returns. Launch a B2B-specific Performance Max campaign with strict guardrails, monitor search terms weekly, and prune assets that attract the wrong buyers. Keep Classic Search running alongside it so you maintain query-level control over your most valuable intent. If your team can maintain a consistent review rhythm, the combination of human judgment and automated bidding can steadily increase the ratio of SQLs to total leads. When your internal team can't follow up fast enough, that's where sales outsourcing becomes a practical lever rather than a nice-to-have. At SalesHive, we've booked over 100,000 sales meetings for more than 1,500 clients by combining disciplined SDR execution with AI-powered workflows. Exactly the kind of system B2B teams need when paid media is generating more intent than they can handle. If you're evaluating a cold calling agency, a B2B sales agency, or an outsourced sales team, The right partner should feel like an extension of your revenue org. Fast follow-up, clean CRM hygiene, and measurable pipeline impact.